Good morning, girls. How are you? You ready for Mom to come out with some food? Good morning. So Don and I are going to head over to the Holly Springs landfill? Yeah. Versus Willow Spring, the bigger landfill. So it is a beautiful warm day here today, but very windy. You can see the flag here, the Realty flag to my right. It is 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts, and the pollen count is super high here because high humidity, high wind, high temps, and spring. So we hope to not have a sneezing fit anytime soon. It's 79 already? Yeah, 79. Yep, 79. Well, it's supposed to be in the low 80s here, so that is not a surprise. It is going to get colder over the weekend, but it is not going to be cold. A couple days ago, they showed a low in the 30s overnight, the upper 30s, and I told Don, I said, there's no way it's going to get that cold. They're going to revise the forecast. And last night, what did they do? They said, yeah, we're not going to get down into the 30s overnight anymore. We're going to be in the low 40s, mid 40s now. So, yeah, spring in North Carolina, spring's coming, whether you want it or not. Most of us want it. This is the first time we've been out during the day since last week, really. We've been, doing all our drive-alongs at night because we've been working in the garage during the day. And Don just commented that it seems about normal traffic for a weekday in the middle of the day, and I agree with him. We have quite a few cars out and about. I think I'm relaxing a little bit just looking at the pretty sky. Had a lot of days of gray. It's nice to have a day of sun, even if it is windy out there. Our neighbor off to the right in the backyard has been burning the last 2 days, and so realistically, even if we wanted to be outside, it was too smoky to be out there. Thankfully, it didn't come in the house. Well, here we were driving around at night thinking that people really were kind of staying home. And wow, this doesn't look like people are staying home. And you can say we're not home either. But we do have one specific mission and then back to the house at an outside place, which shouldn't require us to be near any other people. So, the light is out here in Holly Springs, so we have officers directing traffic. Funny that light would be out. I'm looking to my left and the Target is quite busy. We might show that on the way back through. On Facebook this morning, there are a lot of people out and about trying to look for supplies, asking if anybody knows which store they should go to save them some time and exposure possibilities.
Right.
Don and I made a decision this morning to try the Butcher Box service that Dr. Ken Berry recommends. It's one of his things he gets a little kickback on, but they have grass-finished organic meat and delivered to your house, and they are still taking orders and they are still delivering. So I figure about the first week in April would be nice to have a little bit of new stuff come in. And we signed up for that, so that means I wouldn't have to go out anywhere to try to scrounge up more meat. And since we're eating carnivore mostly right now, that works for us. That works for us. Thankfully, Don has a small stash of bacon already in the freezer.
Right. Because not having bacon would constitute an extreme emergency.
That would be a critical need for you.
So y'all stay away from the bacon. Don't eat, just leave all the bacon for me. I'll take care of it. JB says all the shrimp in the world are gonna declare a holiday when he passes away, because he's ate so much shrimp in his life, I think it's the same thing. All the little piggies, they're gonna have a celebration and holiday when I pass away because all the bacon I've ate.
Yeah. Don has the best cholesterol numbers ever, by the way, so he could officially eat all the bacon and eggs he wants. There are a fair number of people here. The good thing about it being so windy is it's dispersing the air. You know, there's no stagnant air today. I haven't seen anybody hacking or sneezing or coughing or wearing a mask or eye protection. Of course, the landfill workers have gloves on, but that's business as usual for them. The Target's packed. I mean, it's really packed. I'm sorry I started the camera a little too late, but you get the gist. Well, I just got to tell you, this is the Harris Teeter in Holly Springs, that if we're supposed to be staying apart from other people right now to stop the spread, there's no hope here. And it's not just young people, it's everybody. So Don was able to leave everything we took to the dump at the dump in the appropriate containers. And I asked him to drive us back through Main Street Fuquay because I wanted to see what it looked like outside during the daytime. And I gotta tell you that to me, this is absolutely no difference from any other weekday. And since it's sunny, we saw several sports cars and people out driving, you know, cool looking vehicles and just enjoying a normal spring day like there's nothing going on. I do still suspect Main Street to be a little quieter since the restaurants are closed, but that's really it. Restaurants are closed and everybody else is out doing their thing.
I agree.
Restaurants and schools. So it's going on 3:30. Don says he's running today. We're taking a break from cleaning.
Right, well,
Going to the landfill took a good amount of time, making that loop and getting rid of that stuff. And
so I'm gonna go get some strong UV today.
Well, you have fun out there and don't suck in too much pollen.
I turned on the air conditioner also.
Yeah.
And I have washed everything, glasses. I sprayed down with this, what's this stuff we got?
Force of Nature.
Force of Nature. I went out into the GMC and
steering wheel and
gear shift, doorknob, air conditioner vents, seats. I basically sprayed at all the 4 door handles and the tailgate handle. I basically sprayed everything I could.
Not that we think you came into contact, but just to be careful.
And I sprayed the garage doorknob on both sides and the doorknob going up and down the stairs. I sprayed the handles on the recycle bin that I took to the landfill with me. So I sprayed my sunglasses. I sprayed the little mask that I was wearing. I'm going to try to reuse that because we don't have very many masks.
We'll let them sit. It'll be a couple weeks at least before we went to the landfill. So surely sitting out there for that amount of time.
This disinfectant's supposed to help kill stuff.
So
I don't know that it has any effect on viruses. I have no idea.
But sitting there long enough should help. Yeah.
Let's put it. I'm sure it doesn't encourage viruses.
Right. Well, we're probably going to eat a little bit early tonight, and we're having steaks.
That's right. I'm gonna finish up the quiche as my appetizer tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've decided I'm going to start putting together the Lego Cybertruck kit that I had ordered. My new and used parts that I ordered from rebrickable.com that came from Slovenia. They've been here a couple weeks now. I got my Mac here for the online instructions, and it's like 250 parts. This is not the most intricate one, but it still should be pretty cool. So let's see what happens. I don't know why, but right away I have a problem where I'm missing that piece, so I'm gonna go hunt one. I have lots of spare parts lying around, so I had no trouble finding one. There are actually 2 more pieces I'm missing. This piece I don't have, and this piece I don't have. Now this one I can probably find in my stuff. I probably have one of those. This one, maybe not so much. He's back.
Yeah, I felt the heat. That was a warm day.
It says it's 87 here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
The one, yep.
Yeah, it was, I didn't zoom through my run. I just plodded along, but I got it done.
Well, I'm missing a part on the Cybertruck. I was hunting it. I'm going to see if I can substitute. I was hunting parts in the other room when you came in.
I understand. Bummer.
Well, I'm done. Dinner's about done too. I'm sure you can hear it sizzling over there. You know, there were parts missing that I didn't understand why they didn't come, because I thought I was only short about 6 parts. And I did the best I could. You know, this is not my first rodeo with Legos, but I got to tell you, it was a little hard. This piece on the steering wheel piece is too far forward. This piece on the side is stuck out too far, and the lift gate is out a little too far. I just did the best I could with substitutions. But you can see me in there driving the Cybertruck. I'm putting no guy in my Cybertruck.
How neat is that? Where's mine?
Yeah, I already started collecting parts to build a second one.
Way cool, you got a little
ATV. What do they call it?
cyber cycle?
Quad cycle, cyber
it's
something.
A quad cycle, but I guess they got a buzz for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It does go back, it does move.
I gotta say, I am impressed.
Yeah, well, for $4 instructions and not that much in Legos, it's, you know, I'm sure the $60 one with, you know, $150 in Legos, it's better. It has doors that open, but that's not too bad.
No, not bad at all.
I'm going to take a look at the side panels one more time. And see if I can't fix them. The guy's got a bug in his instructions, I'm pretty sure.
Probably needs an errata.
Yeah, it needs me to fix them for him. Now, he knows he's not supposed to be there. He knows. That's Panther's front porch, and they don't like each other. Well, more correctly, Tux doesn't like Panther. Johnny's going to go walk him around. I don't suppose you want to go for a ride even though we went out earlier, do you?
Oh, sure. I'd go for a ride.
We haven't had Ruby out today.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we need to have Ruby out
Yeah,
for
go for
at
a
least a 30-minute little drive around.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. There's more out here again tonight.
Yeah, I'd say this is the biggest crowd we've seen on the courts yet. all older people, seems like it.
Well, they're not little kids.
No, high school at least.
Yeah.
Well, it's about the same activity that we've seen in that gas station, and this is sort of the little quiet corner of town. But I tell you, where we just come from, it's like people got spring fever.
Right.
It's quiet over on this side since the Aviator, you know, tap room over there is closed, but the takeout business was still happening. So there's a Pizza Hut takeout across the parking lot here at Walmart Shopping Center, and they sent us a coupon today for 50% off all pizzas on the menu.
Yum, I like Pizza Hut pizza too.
Yeah, it was tempting. We had to resist, let me tell you.
Pizza, oh yeah, baby.
I just like deep dish, thank you very much. But I might could do stuffed crust.
I like it all. See, they're wearing shorts. Everybody's wearing shorts.
Yeah, well, it's really warm. You can certainly understand that. Nobody at the pickup area again. Packed.
Yeah.
Normal Friday night traffic. Of course, like I said, when you're one of the only people in town. It's just now 8:30. I got all of their gardening stuff in too.
Yeah, they got, that wasn't there last night.
Oh yeah, they've had it delivered out here in the parking lot also.
Yeah, that wasn't there last night, so that came in today.
They've had a truck come in, yep.
Or a couple. Oh, they even have the concrete pavers.
Yep. Oh, can we get those wheels for Ruby, Donnie?
Sure.
I'm kidding.
Well, I got it. You know, I can make it do that. I'm good with LEDs.
I know you are. You're definitely good with LEDs.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely do you some bling, put you some shiny bling on there.
And the thing of it is my understanding is if you really want anything from Walmart, you should come in the mornings.
It's all sold out.
It's all sold out. Yeah. So I don't know what everybody's doing over there, but and I did hear on Facebook that things were still hard to find in town today. And I thanked myself again for not having to be out there looking for anything. We must be missing out on something, Donnie, because Chick-fil-A's line had 20 people in it tonight. It's the longest line we've seen all week.
It was actually all the way down the parking lot, almost out into the street.
Yep. Yep.
It was. I didn't notice the Dairy Queen because I was worried about that pickup truck making that left turn. I didn't think I'll look on Dairy Queen when we head back home to see how long the line there is.
We had steak and broccoli for dinner tonight, by the way.
Yeah.
Sheetz is all busy over here.
Gas is $1.75. It's down 2 cents.
Yep, and it's busy over there. Well, I guess once spring fever hits, people are not wanting to stay at home. I mean, it's one thing if you tell folks to stay home and it's cold and wet and nasty outside, and you got a cup of coffee or tea, and you just in your PJs on the couch or something. But it's a total another thing if it's like spring has sprung.
Well, another thing here is that we pretty much go from winter to summer, so you know spring is really brief down here.
We just got a few days of spring.
So people, I mean, it'll be almost too hot to do anything. The bugs will all be out. You know, you'll have to do something outdoors. You'll have to, you know, prepare yourself. You know, right now you can just slip on your shorts and go. The bugs aren't too bad, and the heat's not, and humidity are not oppressive.
Right. Well, I've definitely, if I'm going to get anything else done outside before it gets bad, I got to get it done soon. Yep, there's your Friday night crowd at Cookout. Very busy. Just a few people at McDonald's. The Cookout's a hangout spot. I mean, there's 3 people, 4 people.
Look at the drive-thru at Walgreens. 5 people.
Oh, wow. And there were 5 people at the Dairy Queen.
Yeah, well, based on what we saw today going to the landfill and the amount of traffic, if you hadn't have told me we were supposed to shelter in place, I wouldn't have believed you, because I mean, it looked like a perfectly normal day today. And I would say tonight, being a Friday night, the only reason there's not a lot of traffic is the restaurants are closed. I think if the restaurants were open, there'd be a ton of people, ton of people out. I think it's just the fact that, carry out's one thing. It isn't quite as great as, going to a restaurant or a bar and eating. So I think that has, keeps people at home. Who knows? I'm sort of head scratched right now. They were the news tonight showed a picture of the kids down on the beaches at spring break down in Florida, and they were basically scolding them correctly so.
Oh, there's key one is in having a private testing with Master Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And his mom is just the 4 of them in there.
But then they showed Seattle.
They did say in the thing they would open to having private classes or lessons or something.
Right. Well, the Seattle thing, they showed the kids out in Seattle, and they were kids all over the beach down or the waterfront down in Seattle. So there was no difference. Well, I mean, obviously the sheer numbers, but the behavior of the people in Washington, the young people in Washington State, where it was the highest death toll from the virus, was in Washington State. The young people were oblivious to it even there.
Yeah, well, Don and I had a thought today. It's like, how many months do we want to live with the stress of we might get it and it might kill us? Probably it wouldn't kill us, but I have underlying health conditions and Don's older, so we both fall into the category of be careful.
Yeah,
technically above normal risk. Although I would argue that Don with his running is, and O negative blood type and all this other, he's probably fine. But would it be better to just get it and then be done with it and have the immunity, hopefully have the immunity against it, because that's not been proven. But they speculate, like with most viruses, you get it one time and then you're good. It's like, well, are we going to be good for 2 months now, 3 months now, 4 months now, and then we start to move around and it comes back in the fall and we catch it, and like we spend all this time, living funny and restricting our movements for what?
I mean, you could be perfect for 9 months. Let's say you shelter in place and you do a perfect job for 9 months. 9 months in one day, you make one little mistake, so you get it anyway. So granted, maybe the bell curve, they can accommodate you if you get sick, but the point is you ended up getting sick anyway. So wouldn't it be better to get sick sooner before it gets totally swamped? I mean, I think right here in the Raleigh area, there are beds and ventilators and all those kinds of things. It's like it'd be smart to go out and attend a
Corona party. Yeah, well, those people are thinking about it for Cinco de Mayo, so we'll just see.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not funny, but it's some perspective there, because really moms used to take their kids to chicken pox parties.
Yeah, get them all done.
Get them all. I didn't have chicken pox till I was 10, and I got to tell you, it was really devastating. I missed out on my birthday party and my first cousins coming over to the house and us having a good old time, and I was really upset about it. So
yeah, I was younger. I was like in the first.
Well, I was old, right? Most people have had it before 10. At least now they vaccinate for it, but in our day, most kids would have had lots of cars down here at Mineral Spring and here in front of the Masonic Lodge. Maybe that's where they all are. That building doesn't have
lit up above. They have one of those lights over the doors. I mean,
we were trying to figure out where all those people were, because those cars are not usually there except when the businesses are open. I mean, Fain and Goat Brewery Company is probably open to go in and get a beer, but you can't stay.
Yeah.
Mason Jar's closed. They've closed Holly Springs and Fuquay for the foreseeable future, so they're not open. I know Ann's Pizza over here has takeout, but Yeah, this little stretch of Main Street. It normally would not be super duper busy on Friday night, but it is less. Wow. Well, we're gonna head on back to the house. I've done my Pokemon twice today.
Yeah.